Welcome to the old Lumens channel again. I thought I'd do a little video on how I make crenulated bezels and tail caps. Just my approach, doing it by hand. First thing you have to do is decide on the number of crenulations you're going to have. I usually use 5. I've done 7 before, but 5 seems to look about the best. So I take a piece of masking tape, and I'll do it with this tail cap. I've already made the marks. I went that far before I decided to show you, but I'll just wrap masking tape around it, and then I'll take a pencil and just mark one spot. That gives me my overall. Okay. Then I can take the tape and lay it down and take a measuring device and figure out how much I got. Now I can tell you already from doing these that a tail cap will measure 124 millimeter. A bezel will measure 178 millimeter, and if you happen to do, which I'm going to do on this one, the bottom of the head also measures 124 millimeter. So I'm going to do it 5 crenulations, 5 cuts. So I'll just divide it out, and for 124 millimeter it's going to be 24.8, and all I do is go through and mark on my tape 24.8 all the way through. I end up with a total of 6 marks, but it's only 5 because it wraps around. Then I take and put the tape back on again, and then I just take a pencil and mark with a pencil, and then I'll start making my cuts. I'll pause for a second here and set it up so I can show you how I do the cuts. Okay, so I've got the part in the vise, and I just turn my first spot up where I'm going to make a cut, and I start with a small fine triangular file just to make an initial mark. Just line it up. I just use my fingers to line it up where I want it, and then I make a few cuts in the aluminum just to make a mark. And then just turn it around and do the same thing again and make a mark on the next one and go on through. Once I've done that, made my marks on everything, and I've got marks I've got marks now on the bezel, and I have marks on the underside of the head here, the bottom side of the head, and on the tail cap. Then I'll start opening up the marks into a larger groove. Again, just a matter of working on it. I have several files I'll use. I'll use next a larger triangular file. Then I'll start working with the round files. I have a small round file, a little bit larger, and then I don't have I need to buy some. I need finer files. I have a real coarse full round. It'll take material off real fast, and I have what is really necessary to make it the shape is I have a half round bastard file, but it's very coarse, and because of that I tend to spend a lot of time smoothing it down. I need to one of these days try to find a finer one, or find a finer one. So once I've done with the small triangular, then I'll do it again with the larger triangular, just to try to open that up a little more. I'd also like to have a smaller round file too, because when you go from triangular to round, you can slip pretty easily. This is where you can do slipping real easy. Starting with that. That is more of just a push until I get it started. See, it wants to wobble, it wants to wiggle. So for the first few times, I just do a push until I can get it started. Then I can work on it, get it opened up a little bit. Nice thing about aluminum is it's really easy to work on. After that, go with a larger file, larger round file. Open it up some more, get it fairly well established. Then I start with the big files. Again, you can slip fairly easily. So I will start just by a push. Okay. Line it up every time. Push. Yeah, takes a lot of material off fast. Then you get to where you use the half round file, and that gives you the width. Okay. Again, you get it for a few times. You have to just push, line it up, push, line it up, push. Okay, you got the basic idea. That's what's entailed. It's going to be worked some more. As I say, I wish I had some finer files. But then I'll start working with what I have is a diamond file, and I can start smoothing that area. And then once I get that smoothed down, then I can start working with paper to smooth it out even more. And basically that's how I do the crenulations. Thanks.